you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Good evening. Welcome to the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. A little bit of a delay. I apologize for that. Was going to do the show yesterday afternoon. Had to run around in the morning. Bunch of stuff happened. Jake was on late. It got too late before I had to get to work. Was going to go on last night. But then my brain was like, dude, it's not Monday. It's a Friday. And I had to be up early for work today. Spent 10 hours of basketball. Came home. Quick little nap for an hour. And we're here. Finally. On the eve of the Jets season coming to an end. This miserable, awful, some are calling the worst season that they've ever seen the New York Jets have. And we only pick third. How bad does it have to be to end up with the number one pick? Obviously, we have not hit rock bottom. It can get worse. We're going to talk about the Jets. We're going to talk about the future of the Jets. We're going to talk about everything that you want to discuss here, Jets fans. It's the Nick Shine Show. Thank you for being here. Buckle up, hit the like button, subscribe, gift a membership, give a super chat. Let's get freaking wild, ladies and gentlemen.
It's got me.
Gentry covered the bumble!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click the family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Folks, I thank you all for being here. We got a good crowd in here already. Let's get those likes up. First off, I just gifted 5 memberships. They went to Robert, Van Amberg, Howie K, Brady Strong, Astrel so off the chain, okay, and Daniel Diaz. So, folks, that's how it's done. Thank you to everybody who supports this channel in every way that you do, whether it's in the chat, whether it's calling in, whether it's talking about it. Subscribers keep climbing, and I can't thank all of you enough for being a part of that. Shout out to Johnny. If you haven't already, go subscribe to Jets Worldwide. It's Johnny and Snowball. Also, why was I a few minutes late? It was justified. I was watching Ricky New York. I was watching him, Connor, discuss the Jets, and I was into it. So I was just sitting there being a fan, a fellow content creators, plural. So I just like you guys, I'm a fan. I'll watch shows, I'll listen and learn. So love good Jets discussion, and that's why we're here tonight, folks. So what we have right now is a season that was expected by many to be a losing season. I don't think it was expected. I mean, A lot of us expected Sauce to have 0 interceptions. We didn't expect the entire team to have 0 interceptions. We didn't expect 2 of our superstars, all former All Pros, Sauce and Quinnen, to get traded away. We didn't expect Steve Wilkes to get fired, besides Black Gypsy. Most of us did not expect him to get fired. That happened. Offensively, Justin Fields, complete disaster. Taylor, all right, we won 3 out of 5. Fields got a win in Cincinnati. The special teams got us a win against Cleveland. Taylor got us a win against Atlanta. Brees Hall, the great legendary Brees Hall, the supreme top 5 talent, Brees Hall. Do you know in 4 years, Brees Hall did not surpass the single season rushing of Chris Ivory in 2015? Ivory was at 1070 that year. Hall ended up with 1067. So, as great as I'm told Brees Hall is, and all of the excuses that come with it, Chris Ivory still remains our best rushing season in the last 15 years. What a time to be alive, folks, as Jets fans. Garrett Wilson doesn't finish the season. Jermaine Johnson doesn't fully bounce back the way some of us expected. Jamian Sherwood doesn't live up to the contract that he was given by the coaching staff that said, we can't let this guy hit free agency. We got to pick him up right away. He's too good. Tony Adams, no, we're going to claim you. Josh Reynolds, wide receiver 2. That had to change quickly. Defensive tackles. Yeah, that had to change quickly. Many of the original plans by Aaron Glenn and company weren't very good. They didn't hit. They weren't effective. They weren't successful. And they had to pivot. Now, many people believe all of this was done in an effort to maximize future capital, to clean house of the Robert Saleh guys, to do whatever they could to stock load cash and to stockpile draft picks and build their way. This is, and I'm not saying this for hyperbole. I'm not saying this to be over the top. I'm not saying this for dramatic effect. This really could be the most pivotal offseason in New York Jets history. You have massive draft capital. We have 4 of the top 45, 46, depending on what Dallas does, 47 maybe, picks in this year's draft. We have over $100 million available. We need to get a quarterback. We're going to get a new defensive coordinator. We're going to do a lot of things that can either make or further break. And I know that's a scary thought with the way this Jets team has been. This franchise could end up being even worse. There's reports coming out that the New York Jets front office, there's been no talks about getting rid of Glenn. We know Woody Johnson can be Woody Johnson at any time. He did it after getting embarrassed in London last year after game 5. We have no idea what Woody Johnson is thinking. It might be a good thing. Probably gives you peace of mind not to know what's in that old egghead of his. But when you look at everything that we have on the horizon, in the days ahead, in the weeks ahead, in the months ahead, you better have the right guys driving this ship. You better have the right captain. You better have the right crew. Because if we don't get this right in this draft and next year's draft, if we don't spend this money right and bring the right guys, folks, I'll tell you right now, it's going to get worse than it's ever been. You can't miss out on these draft picks. You can't put all these major investments into first round picks, have that type of money on your cap, and have those guys be failures. There are teams, the Los Angeles Rams come to mind, who have succeeded without first round draft picks. But they had a hell of a team built already. They had a hell of a structure in place. We don't have that. We need these guys to make our team. You look at the 2022 draft, Sauce is gone. Jermaine only has 1 year left. They picked up his option. Brees Hall's a free agent to be. There's no guarantee that he's going to be back with the team. And Garrett Wilson just signed an extension. Now, as we learned this year, signing an extension with the New York Jets does not guarantee you are going to remain with the New York Jets. I said for years, you guys know if you watch the show, I am not a guy who wears jerseys. I am not a guy who is in that. I'm not in that world. However, I would say wait for a guy to get a second contract. And then he'll be here long term. He's proven himself on the field. That theory just ripped up to pieces, put through the shredder, just like we are as fans, time and time again. Now, shout out in the chat to Kevin Zwicker with a super chat. Nikki, why is it so easy for Vegas to make Pete one and done, but it's so hard for us to make Glenn one and done? I'll word it this way. Pete Carroll's been around. He's been a head coach. I think 94 was the year he was his first head coach with the Jets. Then he went on to New England for a couple of years before Parcells took over. Went back to college at USC and then to Seattle, where he had great success and ended up in multiple Super Bowls and even winning one. Would have won two with a better play call. You know what he is. You know he's at the end. They tried to catch a little bit of a lightning in a bottle with him and maybe kickstart us, get us in the right direction, bring in your knowledge that you've acquired and accumulated throughout the years. But if it doesn't work, you can say, all right, it's at the end. It wasn't there. I think the Jets and Woody Johnson are in a different stage with Aaron Glenn. It's his first time as a head coach. It's the beginning for him. And when you give a guy a chance, you do want to give him a fair, open, honest opportunity to do the job. And we did see a teardown. We did see a lot of guys go. And I think it's fair to give him a shot because you decimated the team. You didn't retain Aaron Rodgers. You moved on. You wanted to break free from that. You tried Justin Fields, which was the best quarterback option. We know it didn't work out the best. In hindsight, you'd go get Daniel Jones, right, with what he did in Indy when he was healthy. But Daniel Jones wanted to change the scenery. I'm sure he wanted to get out of the New York market. So they went and bring in Fields. It didn't work. Bring in Wilkes. Didn't work. You have Robert Sala's players still in place. And you saw the move for Brownlee because Michael Carter wasn't your guy. The move for Briggs, the move for Phillips. You saw them starting to bring in guys. All right, we got to get better wide receiver. We're going to trade you, but hey, give us Mitchell. Give us on top of. You're not going to use Mitchell. We see that. Throw Mitchell over here to us. Throw in Mechie in the trade for Michael Carter. They found good value. And if you want to be like Nick Shine and you want to be the positive Jet fan going forward, you can look at these trades that they made in season. And you look at Briggs and you look at Phillips and you look at Mitchell and you look at Mechie and you look at Brownlee and you say, all right, when they targeted and they pinpointed their guys, Membu, Mason Taylor, A.Z. Thomas, Malachi Moore, you see guys who are going to be in the mix here for the foreseeable future. Now, they did that on a low budget free agency, something I said they would do. I said they wouldn't spend big in year one. They would let the clap. Shout out to those with an STD, whatever. Thanks for watching the show. Hit the like button, but don't touch nothing else, you dirty SOBs. When you look at the players they targeted, they seem to fit a mold. They seem to have an idea of who they want to be. Now, if you use this draft capital correctly, if you hit on your types of players, and we're going to get into that momentarily, and you use this money in free agency to start to get guys on 2-3 year deals, maybe even a 4-year deal here or there. Tyler Linderbaum, if you shake free, reset the center market, pay him through the roof to come in and be a part of this offensive line and play next to Tittman for the foreseeable future. You don't have big quarterback money on the books. Tyler Linderbaum would be free agent number one the day, the second, the moment the opening tampering period starts. You present a contract that nobody in their right mind would match, especially somebody like the Ravens, who already established, who already have a lot of big contracts, who already have a $55 million quarterback. You go pay Tyler Linderbaum like a tackle. You go pay him like a Quentin Nelson, a top guard, whatever it takes. Get him here. I think it's highly unlikely. I think Baltimore has been doing a good job of signing some guys, preventing them from hitting free agency to know what their cap is going to definitively look like going forward. But I keep saying, if they are dumb enough to fuck around, make them regret it. Don't play any games. Go get them. Now, when I look at, shout out Jay Reeves, member of the channel for 16 months. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you and your support, my friend. Hashtag fire AJ. All right, Jay. See where you're at with it. Appreciate your support, man. Connor is here. New York Jets Flight Talk. Nick, hope all's well with you and your family, man. Got to jump on a pod soon. Yeah, man. Say the word. We will connect. And Connor, extremely proud of you, man. Saw the spot you and Josh did with Fox. That was great. Uh, and all the success that you have getting in the Writers Association, the articles, the videos. It's tremendous to watch your trajectory, man. The world is yours, and we're just living in it. So thank you for being a part of our world, bro. It's a lot of fun. Connor's on the wheel. For those of you asking, what wheel? Here's what we got. I haven't solidified the prize yet, but we are going to do a big Joe Namath item. We're going to do that the morning of the Super Bowl. So all of the raffle entries accumulated from last Monday, the 22nd, through the playoffs to the Super Bowl are going to go on the wheel. So $5 super chats and up get you on. Gifted memberships get you on. We will be on tomorrow night, 10 p.m. I got Dom C coming on with me. He had to do something with the kids. He's got to put them to bed. He's like, can we go later? And I was like, that's perfect. Jet game got moved to later. Jake's show will be on, and then we'll go on at 10 o'clock. So full day of Jets talk for you guys tomorrow. I know we're going to have finality. We're going to have the Tankathon watch. We're going to be monitoring the Raiders game, the Giants game, the Jets game. I got to coach my nephew's travel game at 3:30. There's a chance that I might go on during the game to monitor Tankathon. We'll see where we're at. We'll see how it's looking. But I appreciate everyone for being here. Hit the like button now. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We had a really good surge last week. We're trying to get to 2,000 before the end of the season, which would be the Super Bowl. Right now, we're at 1940. So we're 60 away. Do your part. Become a part of the show. Speaking of Ricky New York, who I was watching earlier, he says, Nick Shine Show. Hi, Yankees. Hello, you. Hey, y'all. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate you being here, sir. Looking for comments in the chat. Ba, ba, ba. Yes, Rick Kent. It's the Nick Shine Show. Hi, Rick Kent. Oh, hi. How are you, Rick Kent? It is not Sunday. Well, it is on the other side of the world. It will be Sunday here shortly. But crazy work schedule, Rick. Multiple jobs. Gotta get on here when I can, and I'm able, and I'm not tired. And what a nice catch that was. Did he maintain the catch? I got ESPN on here. Oh, that was the highlight from earlier. Oh, it's the halftime highlights. This JoJo, very important. Very important. We need the Cowboys to just kick the crap out of the Giants. Let them build momentum going into year 2 of Schottenheimer. Give them a good ending to what's been a very disappointing season in Dallas, I'm sure. And we need Andy Reid, who, if Andy Reid is such a great coach, show us how great you can be at being bad. Now, what do I mean by that? Don't let the Raiders lose. Do not let your arch nemesis, your longtime rival, your divisional foe get the number one pick. Stick it to them. Diddy style, baby. Against their will. Shout out to Lil Meek. Meek Mill. I don't know. I figured every rapper has a Lil in front of it, so I just would add to it. Now, before I go any further, ladies and gentlemen, there's one legend amongst us. I mentioned him already. His name is Rick Kent, and he gets his favorite song.
Hey, all you shiners, it's time for something cool. I'm here to do my part. I'll drop a stinky fart. No chicken soup for you. I'm gonna eat it up. And then I'll do a show and talk about the Green Hornet. I got a new laptop. You know it doesn't suck. I'll need to keep it down when I'm making too much noise. My mom will pull the plug and Dennis smack my ass, and that will surely blow. Hey, fuckers, it's time for the Nick Shine Show.
I apologize. Wrong Nick Shine Show song.
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. Shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time? Shine time. It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
Now, there's one legend here, folks. But we're blessed enough to have multiple legends. We got the big fella in the chat with a super chat. I must be in the wrong chat. What the hell, big fella? It's never the wrong chat when you're here. I thought this was a Wordle appreciation group. Shout out to Wordle today. My mother and father's best friends in high school, who were basically an aunt and uncle to me. Today's Wordle was their last name. So, a little nostalgic today with the Wordle game. My bad. Wish list. Bane. Boston, Chambliss with the top 3 picks. We're going to get into that. Well, big fella, first of all, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you and all your support with this channel, man. Now, let's get into this. I have everyone. We got everything. We're good. Okay. Looking ahead at the NFL draft today, on the eve of the completion of the 2025-26 NFL regular season, there are players that I have my eyes on. There are players that I think right now, with where we are, pre-free agency, these are the guys that Jets fans should be focused on. Now, I'm going to go through the list pretty quickly, and I don't want to bore those of you who aren't into the draft mood yet. So, quarterbacks. Obviously, we got Mendoza from Indiana. All eyes are going to be on Moore next week. After Indiana knocks out the Ducks, we're going to look at Moore and say, hey, buddy, what are you doing? You got to the 14th to decide, or the 15th, forgive me. What's your plan? What are you going to do? Now, there has been a lot of unnecessary and unrealistic hype around Chambliss. And big fella, I'm going to tell you why. You know you're my homeboy. I saw a quarterback the other day, and I'm a Georgia fan, and I'm being completely unbiased. I have no angst or anger against it. For those of you who've been watching the show, I said flat out, if Georgia doesn't win it, man, I want Ole Miss to win it. What Lane Kiffin did is wrong. It's everything that's awful about the sport and the greed. I would love to see Ole Miss go on a run and win it without him. So I am now rooting for Ole Miss to win it all. I think an Indiana Ole Miss game would be a lot of fun. Now, in terms of Chambliss, he's on NFL Mock Draft Simulator, the 257th ranked prospect. In others, he's a little lower, maybe a little higher. This just happens to be the one that I had up, which was easiest to read the names. He played a tremendous college game. There is a major difference from playing a college game like that and having that skill set translate to the NFL. He reminded me of Johnny Manziel. He made tremendous plays. He made plays Georgia couldn't stop. All the credit into the world for him, for that game, that moment, those throws. Wasn't really. Listen, he's had a good year. He's 21 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's thrown for like 3,600 yards. didn't start the whole season, but there's not that skill set. There's not that pocket presence. He's small. He's 6'1". I'm not a fan of that. I think that you see a guy who is peaking in college football. I don't see a skill set that translates to the NFL, and I don't see a guy who will sit in the pocket and be a killer from the pocket. And you have to be. You have to be. It's why, in my opinion, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson have not gotten over the hump yet. You can have all these flashy plays, but when push comes to shove, when you got to make those throws from the pocket, can you do it? I don't know. I don't see that. Granted, it was the first entire game that I watched of his, but I think you can be a great college quarterback. You can have a tremendous college moment. Tim Tebow had a shit ton of them. And it just doesn't equate to the skill set and what it takes to be a top NFL quarterback or a top prospect in the draft. So I would cool down. I would cool our Jets, pun intended, with looking for the next new shiny thing, looking for the next thing to talk about. I just don't think that happens. Big fella, the NFL draft simulator didn't even have Dart listed last year. Chambliss can play. Guy is a winner. Give me an Ole Miss QB, damn it. Well, I saw Dart was rated highly. I don't know when that happened. I don't remember the exact moment that occurred, but I know you wanted the Ole Miss quarterback last year. I know you wanted Dart. You're a big fella. I hope you're happy with the big fella that we have at right tackle in Armand Membo. But I don't know if this is a guy you take that early. I don't know if this is a guy that goes late round one, early two, because of the skill set and the characteristics and the traits that scouts and coaches and general managers look for. They don't look at the stats. They don't look at the results of games. They look at you, they look at your film, they break you down. How's your footwork? How's your pocket presence? How's your progressions go? How's your shoulders turn when your head's turned? Are you ready to get the ball out on time? I saw a lot of street ball. I saw a lot of plays breaking down, scrambling around the pocket, tremendous plays that won a college game, but won't, in my opinion, transcend to great assessments by scouts and general managers eventually. That's my take after one game. Is that maybe that's the type of style he had to play to beat Georgia? They knew they couldn't keep him in the pocket. Is he better in the pocket than I'm aware of? Possibly. I haven't seen that yet. I'm open to it. But for me, 6'1", I can't do it. I can't do it. But I respect you, big fella. I appreciate the super chats. You're my boy. Tats by Kevin McDermott. Size Queens Unite. Trinidad is too shorty for my liking. Uh, Appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you for the super chat, my friend, and all your support on the channel as well. Yeah, when you got 6'6" Titman at guard, you got Olu, you got Membo on one side. Like that's a we're forming a very large wall up front. I can't be running that type of offense with a 6'1" quarterback. You got to be an elite killer in timing and precision like a Drew Brees if you're not going to be the biggest guy in the world. I don't see that. And I don't want to take, with the Jets coaching history and the Jets' lack of ability to develop a quarterback over the years, I do not want to take a guy that's labeled as a project. I don't want to take a guy that we have to rely on our coaching staff to develop. I want a guy that we have to fine tune. I want a guy that we have to just have him adapt to our system because his physical traits, his footwork, his pocket presence, his brain, his smarts are all there already. Does that sound like Mendoza? Yes. Is Mendoza the perfect prospect? No, he's not. But I think he's the best of this bunch. And I think with a good offensive line and a good running game and somebody who's smart enough to play within the system, Mendoza still is clear and ahead, number one for me in this draft. So moving on from the quarterback. Let's go to wide receiver. Another big need for the New York Jets. We got Carnell Tate up top. I don't think we go wide receiver at number 3. If Mendoza Moore go 1, 2, and we end up at 3, or worst case scenario, we do some dumb shit and win tomorrow, and we get pushed further down the board. If the Jets win tomorrow, they could pick as low as 7. They could pick 7th. There's a scenario where we can fall from 3 to 7. Oh, good lord. Worst season. People are saying the worst season they've ever seen, and we can end up at the exact same spot that we ended up last year. Would be remarkable. Would be the most Jet thing ever. Folks, I see we got 60 of you in here right now. Hit the like button. If you are not subscribed to this channel yet, please do so. Hit the subscribe button. Be a part of the Nick Shine Show. Be a part of this historic, memorable offseason that we're about to embark upon. We'll be covering it right here. Sunday shows normally at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow night, we'll be on at 10 Eastern with Dom C. I got Brian Jets Talk 24/7 coming up in the next couple weeks. Going to reach out to some other big names, Matt O'Leary, Green Bean, Jake, Buffalo Jet fan, Gunny. We're going to have guests every Sunday night. I work 2:30 to 11 during the week from PM. So sometimes there's late night shows at 11:20. Other times I get on and do a show before work, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So keep an eye out. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for alerts so you never miss a show. And you're here for all things Jets as we march on. Now, 2 guys that I think could be realistic picks at number 18 are Lemon and Boston. Boston is the really good addition to Garrett Wilson. It's complete opposite. He's 6'4", he's 220, he's physical, he can run through arm tackles. He's everything Garrett's not. And that would enable you to move Garrett in. And if you have a wide receiver core like Boston, Mitchell, Garrett in the slot, Mason Taylor at tight end, you're setting up a good structure for a young quarterback or a potential bridge quarterback to have all the weapons at hand. And now you can really see what Tanner Engstrand can do with this system. Now, Mekhi Lemon, USC. If he falls to 18 or wherever that Colt pick ends up being, which can get as high as 15 or 16, this is a guy too. He's 6'2", he's 200. He runs every route. He can accelerate so quickly. He's a little bit bigger than Garrett. He's not the most masculine guy, he's more of like a JJ. In terms of his route running, he's like a Justin Jefferson. That's the comp that I see with his ability to run his routes. That would be a really good addition too. There's never a bad time to add a guy who runs a routes like Justin Jefferson. So the main thing is, if you go get a wide receiver, go get one of these top guys. Now, some of you were going to say, hey, Nick, you've talked about all these positions. Anything else on offense that we could possibly do? We're good at offensive tackle. It's weird as a Jet fan, right? To be sitting here looking at the offensive line and looking at the NFL draft and say, man, we don't need a tackle. We're the New York Jets. We always need a tackle. Well, we got Olu and Membu. Praise Jesus, get through the game healthy tomorrow. So no, we don't need a tackle. You don't take a center here at 18 or 15. You don't take a guard. But there is another player on offense that I'm looking at. It's not the running back from Notre Dame. I don't think he'll make it to this pick. But I'm looking at the tight end from the Oregon Ducks, Sadiq. Well, we just drafted a tight end last year, Mason Taylor. Okay. Remember when the Patriots had a hell of a run? Yeah, they had 2 great tight ends. They had Gronk and Hernandez. Yes, obviously Hernandez, piece of shit, awful human, dirtbag, all that stuff, But there's nothing wrong with having 2 good tight ends. There's nothing wrong with having another weapon that the defense has to worry about. There's nothing wrong. Running game and tight ends are quarterback's best friend, especially a young quarterback. So, would it be the sexiest pick in the world? No. But if you go get your offensive line solidified and you go get a big name like a Tyler Linderbaum and you get a veteran wide receiver to bring in and you have Mitchell and Mechie already in place and you tag Brees Hall, What's wrong with going and get another weapon? There's nothing wrong with it. Keep your eyes open on this kid. This kid is tremendous. He's really, really good. Now, defensive ends. Worst case scenario, something Jets fans have to plan for. Quarterbacks go 1-2. We're not there. Moore goes back to school. Simpson goes back to school. It's just Mendoza. Raiders stick and pick. What do we do, Jets fans? Couple guys at the top end of the draft. One is Bain. He's a defensive end for Miami. He's just a powerful force. He doesn't have the longest arms in the world. A lot of prospects, or a lot of draft prospect review guys think that they'll move him inside on pass rushing downs. He's just phenomenal to watch. He doesn't have the prototypical size. He doesn't have the prototypical speed, but he's just a prototypical package. Really nice player. And there's Kedrick Falk from Auburn. He's a bigger guy. He is more of the style that I think fits the Aaron Glenn mold. Now, defensive tackle. Later, say we move back from 18. Say we take that Colts pick and we move back and we say, you know what? We don't want to go from pick 45 to pick 105. That's too big of a gap. We're going to move back a little bit, maybe recoup a 3, get a late 2. Who are you looking at, Nick? I'm looking at McDonald from Ohio State. I'm looking at Banks from Florida. And I'm looking at Washington from the Oregon Ducks. These 3 guys are some of my favorite players. These are big bodies. Everyone who watched last year knows how much I love Deion Walker from Kentucky. Ended up going to Buffalo. Massive, mammoth monster in the middle. And I just want one of those guys. Briggs is very good. He's been a pleasant surprise with this team. But if you can put in a monster next to Briggs and free Briggs up and give him more one-on-ones, I think the Jets defense will be a lot better. I'm a big fan of building from the inside out. If you can't stop the closest to the point of attack, how are you going to stop everything outside? You have to be strong there and then funnel everything outside. And then you have guys who clean up. Speaking of guys who clean up, this might be my favorite position to watch with the draft coming up. It's linebacker. You got Sonny Styles from Ohio State. You got CJ Allen from Georgia. And you have Hill from Texas. I think we have to end up with one of these guys. Quincy Williams will be gone. Awful in coverage. Liability on the field with pass plays. And I really believe that they're going to take Sherwood, move him to off ball, and bring in a true alpha Mike middle linebacker. You need to. You need that thumper. You need that guy who controls the field. You need that guy who's just had experience with reading, recognizing, adjusting, getting your players lined up in the right position. This is why fortifying your defensive coordinator and knowing you don't play no fucking hybrid. Oh, we're going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Sure, do you have to play multiple fronts in the NFL? Absolutely. But you have your base and you know who you are and you know who you want to be. Figure that out and then go get a middle linebacker that suits that. Stop trying to make Sherwood a thing. Stop trying to put Sherwood where he doesn't belong. Nice story. Makes a lot of tackles. We're on the field a lot in defense if you guys haven't picked up on that. Some of those tackles are 15 yards downfield. I want a linebacker who's going to meet a running back in the hole all the time. TFLs. I don't want you tackling 15 yards downfield time and time again. I want you being a badass in the backfield. I want you to, when you blitz, I want you getting home. I want a guy. I'm old school football. You guys know that. I want the middle linebacker to be the best guy on our defense. Sure, other players can be great. Other players can be elite. But I need that middle linebacker to be the smartest guy who knows where everyone's going to be, who plays the chess match with the quarterback time and time again and outsmarts him. CJ Mosley, very smart. But we got CJ Mosley at the end after a couple injuries, a little bit of a downhill. But man, CJ always had everyone lined up. And if he wasn't the fastest guy to get there, he knew where to be. And he would take that step, half a step sooner than other guys would to make that play. So I need that middle linebacker that can change the game. And with his brain as much as with his legs and his body and his tackling ability. So Those are some guys early on that I think we should all really be looking at. I know people are going to talk about safety. I want to wait to see what we do in free agency. I am a big believer that a safety and a running back are the final pieces of your offense and defense that you bring in. If you have these can play better. If you have a weak front seven, your safeties are going to get exposed. That's just my belief. If you have a great offensive line, your running back will be better. If you have a weak offensive line, your run game's going to be shit. So I believe in building the trenches, and we have some needs. Defensive end is weak. Jermaine hasn't bounced back the way we thought. Will McDonald seems to only be a pass rush specialist late in the game. Get a middle linebacker. Get a big, massive defensive tackle or two. Get a full defensive end who can be like Jermaine. Let Jermaine become the number two guy. Get a guy who's bigger, better, badder than Jermaine at defensive end. And now you add that. And forgive me for leaving out Mateo Ukulele from Oregon. That's the other guy. Oh, Robert Sala is hyped up on the field. He's probably yelling at a referee because that's the only fucking thing that guy ever did on the sideline for us. Sources: Japan's Okamoto and Blue Jays reach a $60 million deal. Shout out to Boom. Congrats to Boom. We run a fantasy football league here on the channel. Congratulations to Boomtown, who walked away this year's winner, defeating Nate in the finals. Good work by both of you guys, and thank you to everyone who participated. We are going to be doing the league next year again. It is a keeper league, and I do have, as of now, one position open. So it could be first come, first serve. My son's not going to do it anymore. So his roster will be available. Let me know. We do it on the Sleeper app. There's over 70 of you watching here right now. Appreciate you guys for popping in with the Nick Shine Show on a Saturday night. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. When we do a live stream here, 32% of people who watch the live feed are not subscribed. That would be about 21 of you right now. So if the 21 of you watching aren't subscribed, do that right now. That'd be tremendous. We do have a raffle going on. It will be a Joe Namath item. We're going to raffle that away. It'll be a big item, either a full-size helmet, jersey. Maybe we'll put together, since it's Super Bowl Sunday, a nice Joe Namath package of gifts for the winner. So get your raffle entries in. How do you do that? Here's how. $5 super chats. Gifted memberships will get you on the wheel. And since I love you guys so much and you're always so kind to me, it's my turn to be kind to you. I'm going to gift 5 more. And they went to, well, we got a couple ladies. The Jetway. We got Boss Girl 8. We got Deborah. We got Bob Bianchi. And we got Big Rush. Shout out to all of you guys. Appreciate you all for being here. You are super cool, amazing folks, and awesome Jets fans. Now, what we're doing here in 2026 on the Nick Shine Show. This channel is going to be what we've done in the past. We did it last off season for a while. This is the time of year where we don't have the game to talk about. It's going to be all football talk here. We're going to have some moments. Of course, it's Nick Shine. We're going to have some jokes that go off the rails. We're going to have some moments, but everything with this channel is going to be tunnel vision on the New York Jets, how to make the Jets better. What's your thoughts? What's your plan? What's your take? And it's time to give those takes right now. So call link will be posted. Let your voice be heard. Let your frustrations out. It's a therapy session here on a Saturday night with the Nick Shine Show. Chunky Higgins has Savage Taco Bell farts. No reason to type the word savage in front of it because all Taco Bell farts are savage. That's just the truth. It's the way it is. Be careful. Thoughts and prayers. God bless. May the Lord be with you. And may the dude wipes not run out. It's crazy to think now. This is the time of year where, something on social media, everybody always reshares what they did in the past. Where were you on this day? What happened on this day in history? A lot of things going around on social media are the highlight clips of the Jets in the past, the playoff games from '09 and 10, the final game in the old stadium against the Bengals, 37 nothing. The Packer game at the end of 2002 that was 42-17. The Colt wild card game, which was 41 to nothing. I mean, we beat Peyton Manning and Brett Favre in a 7-day window by the score of 83-17. Think about that. Just boots to ass. What a week. What a time. And then you go back today, I was watching on Twitter, New York Jets history, the Patriot playoff game when we went in there after losing 45-3 on Monday night in November. We go in there in a playoff game and shock the world. You remember the Bart Scott can't wait, Tom Jackson, nobody believed in us. Just epic, epic moment. For those of you not watching the football game, we got 10-3 Seahawks right now. There is trying to clear that. Go away. Oh, the bar won't go away. I can't tell you how much time is on. But Seahawks up 10-3, about to get the ball back. 4:40 left in the third quarter. Shout out to Sam Darnold. Now, playoffs are coming. Last year, we did a pool. I did a box pool for the Super Bowl. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that again this year. It's going to be a very busy January coaching basketball. Don't know if I'm going to have the time to do all that. But if you have anyone who's doing one, if you're going to do one yourself, reach out to me. Let me know, and we'll help support that. I know how much people love getting into those. So that's something to keep an eye out on. Obviously, if anyone's in the Nick Shine Discord, share it there if you're running one yourself or if you're getting in one. Spread the word. Looking for questions in the chat right now. If you guys have any questions. Dave Briga, a man of the people, asking, will Charles Gorman secure employment? Not sure. Wishing the best for everybody in our community. ISU with a good question. What are we sharing in the Nick Shine show other than Wordle results? Share whatever you want. The world is yours. It's the people's community. You want to play blackjack? It'll post there. You play Wordle, it automatically posts. Please, for the love of God, don't upset Clancy. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Play your Wordle in peace. Don't share it. Delete the post. Just please, for the love of God and all humanity and all that is holy, do not upset Clancy. Now, very bad segue here. I enjoy a good segue, but I can't go from saying don't upset someone to then bringing on this guy who upsets everyone.
That guy fucked me twice.
Hello.
I wasn't going to call in, but I spent 6 hours in the hospital today with my wife, so everything's good. Everything's good.
Yeah.
But God bless her. Couple of things.
Sorry, bud.
First of all, Trinidad Chambliss. If he's 6'1", then I'm 6 feet. That guy is not 6 feet tall. No way. No chance.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will give you a scenario.
Great guy. Listen, I love the interview. I love, I love the family dynamic with his mother. I love that he's humble. I love a lot of things about the guy. I just don't think he has the traits to be a high pick.
Totally
and there's
agree.
nothing wrong with that. A lot of people have peaked in college, played tremendous college games, and never gone on to be anything in the NFL. Ken Dorsey.
I think Miami's going to teach him a lesson.
Greg McElroy comes to mind. Guys who played big time college football, but just didn't have the skill set that equates to the NFL.
So I have a scenario for you.
Hmm.
Because all I keep
Wait.
hearing
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the first Allen scenario for 2026. Allen, the
Yes.
floor is yours, sir.
Okay. Raiders lose, Giants lose, Jets lose, Cardinals lose tomorrow. So the
Okay.
Raiders are 1, the Giants are 2, the Jets are 3,
Mhm.
and the Cardinals are 5. Because to me, the only 3 teams that I think are in the quarterback search in the top 10 would be the Raiders, the Jets, and the Cardinals. I don't think the Browns are moving up for a quarterback. I don't. And if you look
I
at the
don't either.
rest of the
I think
top,
they're going to ride it for one more year.
that's why I
I
agree.
think they're going to give Sanders the offseason. And then if it doesn't work next year,
Yeah.
then you're structured to go all in the following year.
Especially if they fire Stefanski, which there's talk that he's going to get fired tomorrow.
And then he sits for a year. Take the year off. You deserve it,
Yeah.
Stefanski.
Yeah.
And then if Glenn doesn't work, man, I would love Stefanski. I think
So
Stefanski
here
did
is
tremendous
what
things
here.
with that Cleveland team.
Yeah.
They
So
didn't really have a great quarterback, but they made the playoffs a couple times. He did
their
well with
defense is really
Baker
good.
early on. The
Yeah.
defense is good. They had a good run game to lean on. They had a good offensive line for many years. They got the guys who are older, longer in the tooth now. They're up on the line. But
True.
I would love Stefanski if Glenn doesn't work out in year 2.
I agree totally. So the Raiders take Mendoza at 1. That's a given. Okay, he's going there. They're not going to trade the pick. I just don't think they will. Okay.
What if they have your ideology, Alan? Now
I
you're
do not.
against your own ideology?
I do not think Tom Brady looks at Fernando Mendoza and he sees a little mini him a little bit without the horny.
Why? Because Mendoza's going to be with the 23-year-old also?
God bless him, man. Alex Earl is an interesting
Enjoy
one.
your life, bro. I
Yes.
mean, I think she's overhyped, but that's another story
I
for another
totally
time.
agree. So they're going to take him. Okay. So the Giants are sitting there at 2. And all I keep hearing is the Jets have to get Mendoza. The Jets have to get Mendoza.
Okay.
So if you're the Jets have to get more. I'm sorry. Jets have to get more. Jets have to get more. They got to get a quarterback up top.
I'm nervous about
So you're the Giants. You're sitting there at 2, and your job is to play the Jets against the Cardinals right now. Okay. First of all, I don't think the Giants would trade with the Jets unless they get a 2027 first round pick to move up. No doubt.
Okay.
They will need a 1 to move up. For one spot, they will need a 1 to move up.
I don't think we do that.
Yes, absolutely, because they're going to
No,
get a
I
1.
don't think we would do that.
Yeah,
A 1 to go up one spot? That's ridiculous.
because I think the Cardinals, who are going to cut Kyler Murray, will give up a 1 to move up. Because I think they have the mentor in Brissett, and they can sit more. If he comes out, I still don't know if he's coming out, but if he comes out, that's the perfect mentor for him. Okay. So for all people saying, oh, we have to draft a quarterback up top, we really don't, because the Giants are going to try to fleece us if that would be the scenario. And I expect Muji to be a little bit more patient than Jet fans. And he says, you know what? I'll wait another day. I'll get a quarterback later in the first round or maybe in the second round. Again, my hope, as I said for a while, is the Jets starting quarterback in 2026 gets his 3rd career start tomorrow for the Eagles. That's the guy I want. I want Tanner McKee.
I know.
I think he'd be
You're big on him.
I love
I
the kid.
haven't
I think
seen enough to even.
Yeah.
I hate everything Philly, so I
Yes.
haven't even watched. I try not to watch them, especially if they're at home. I don't want to see those people be happy. They're the lowest part of humanity. Them in Boston are always in like a neck and neck race of who's bigger.
But what's
crab.
funny is Eagle fans love McKee. They'd rather trade Hurts than McKee. There are a lot of Eagle fans that actually think that Hurts should be dealt and they should keep McKee. They think McKee has a lot of
and they
potential.
very well might.
Yes.
You feel that a lot of people feel that Hurts is holding that offense back with his inability as a passer. Yes, he won a Super Bowl, but that was the perfect storm last year. When you have a
It was.
running back going for a 2,000-yard season, it makes passing so much easier. And you see this year, they don't have that rushing attack. And now they have to play, you know, 9, 8 football games. You know, the Yankees and Blue Jays would score more in a game than the Eagles are scoring some weeks. And credit to them. Win the game however you have to win the game. I would win a game 2-0. If win's a win is a win. But I don't know if they're going to want to ride that out. I don't know if that's going to be something that they look at long term. They say, "Hey, we won our Super Bowl. Might be time to move on." But I don't know
And one other comment
who's
on
going to
the
take that
draft.
contract. Who's going to take Hurts's contract when he's
No
not
one.
a very good passer?
No one. And your buddy Dylan, I always bust his balls. He said that the Jets would trade 2 1s and a 2 to get him, which I almost laughed out of my ass when he said it was ridiculous.
I would.
Yeah. One more comment on the draft.
Sure.
So let's
What do you got?
say the Cardinals move up for more at 2. Okay. So it's Mendoza to the
Okay.
Raiders and the Cardinals go to 2. Okay.
Okay.
The Jets are sitting there at 3. And everybody keeps on talking about Reuben Bain. And the problem I have with Reuben Bain is I think he's more of a tweener. And I worry people have compared him, and this is a lofty comparison. They compare him to a young Terrell Suggs, who is one of the best players I've seen in the last 25 years. Unfortunately, I think he's more of he's in the JFM mode in a sense, because he's 275 pounds, and there will be times that he'll play on the outside. I don't know if he has the arm length to succeed on the outside, and then they'll kick him inside, and he'll be a guy to play inside. Is that a guy you really want to take as your number 3 overall pick? I don't.
I said it earlier, and I love Bain. I don't know if I love Bain at 3 because if I'm taking you at 3, I don't want you to be a tweener with your position. I need to know that you are elite at what you do, and I don't have to find someone else to do what sometimes you do, and now I need you over here to do something else. And forgive me for not mentioning Arvell Reese earlier. I should have mentioned him, but I am a big believer that he will be gone if we stay at 3. I don't think. I think
Why would
Moore
he
stays in school.
if Moore's there at 2 and the Cardinals move
I
up?
think Moore stays in school. I don't think Moore has enough starts. I
I
don't think
agree
Moore
with
will
you.
declare.
I don't know if he's
So,
coming out.
I
But
believe
people
that it will
continue
go
to say
Mendoza Reese, and that leaves us at 3.
Yeah. I agree with you. I love Boston at 18. I think he's the perfect complement to Garrett. He's 6'5", and he's also what people don't understand. He's a punt returner as well, which is crazy.
I'm good with any of my key offensive guys like Braylon Allen returning kicks. I'm good, and we don't need that. We have our team MVP is a fucking punt returner, Allen.
That's true. That's crazy. And then I would take 2, and I agree
That's
with you.
one spot we're good.
I would take 2 defensive players in the second round if we keep both picks. I would take one of the edges, and again, I'd love that guy, Dylan Thieneman out of Oregon. I think he's the perfect Harrison Smith clone type of defensive back safety.
I know you're big on
people,
him.
People may not
Ricky
know
are
who
both
he
big
is.
on him.
Yeah. But I appreciate it, and I hope Trubisky lights him up tomorrow. I really do. And it's funny. I want the Jets to lose so badly that it actually makes Woody think a little bit more. I don't want to see a 13-10 division. I think that Glenn's going to keep his job, which is a huge mistake. I think he should be a one and done. And I think it's going to be really difficult for the Jets to attract free agents with Glenn being a lame duck coach.
Okay.
I just want them to get blown out.
I think that's something too that we have to keep an eye on. Are you going to go sign a multiple year deal to be with the Jets when you don't know if that coach will be there and you don't know if you'll fit that scheme? And if you're Muji, are you giving out multiple year deals not knowing? So there's a lot of question marks with this team. We thought bringing in Muji, bringing in Glenn, we would get more answers. Ends up, here we are, and all we have is more questions. All we get is more questions. It's like a never-ending fucking game of Jeopardy with the New York Jets.
And if I had a dream coaching staff, GM and DC, it would be the former Denver connection. It would be Muji GM. It would be Clint Kubiak as my coach, and it would be Jim Leonard as my DC. They all work together in Denver. I do. I want them to lose really badly tomorrow. I do. And trust me, I'm not the only one. I don't
know anybody who wants them to win at this point.
Yeah. But
I don't even think Aaron Glenn wants them to win because he benched everybody.
Yeah.
They're deactivating anyone that gives them an opportunity to win.
That is true. And there was talk that the Raiders might sit Genti tomorrow because they're sitting everybody else. And there's been a fight of whether Genti's going to play or not. I mean, they're going to lose anyhow. They're
runs for 400 fucking yards tomorrow.
Yeah.
I hope
Always
the
a
Chiefs
pleasure,
just
man.
let him go.
Go Bills.
But Alan, message me with what you told me in the beginning.
Okay, no problem. Anytime.
Right? Let me know.
Okay.
Let me know
And one of those jerseys will not go to Jay Reeves because he's a bum. Have a good one, man.
Oh, I had a file for refunds going back to October. Snowball and Kevin Tatz. I'm like, I got messaged last week, and they're like, "Hey, any news on the jersey?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I ordered that in October. You didn't get it?" The seller went down, so I filed for all of the refunds, and I'm waiting for the refunds to come back on the card. And as soon as they do, I gotta find another buyer.
No problem.
Or another seller to buy from.
Always a pleasure.
But I'll talk to you
Go
soon,
Bills.
buddy.
Have a good one.
Our love to the missus. Next up, we got a bunch of you on the line back there. I'm going to try to get through them. We got Rich Rise up next. What's up, Rich?
Hello,
Nick.
Nick.
Sorry for the quick intro there. I caught you off guard, buddy.
I can't. You can't hear me, huh?
I can hear you.
I'll go back.
All right. His loss is your gain. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I bring to you the first ever loser of the Nick Shine Mathlete contest. I give you Tommy.
Nick Shine. What's up, my brother?
Tommy, OG Mathlete.
Hey, Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Thank you, bro.
For real. I hope all the Jet fans that they're out there, God bless.
Amen.
And they see through that devil.
Tommy.
You know what I mean?
Tommy, your connection is almost as bad as your math skills.
No,
it's the
don't
video.
tell me that.
You're all blurry. It is. Really? What we got here?
How is it now?
You sound better, but the video is shitty. You look as if you're doing an old news thing where you're all blurred out. Like, I was walking down the street and I saw the guy coming. All right, now you're clear. Go ahead, Tommy. You're good.
Good.
Good. For now.
For now.
What's on your mind, bro?
Oh, man. I got so much to say. God bless all the Jet fans. God bless you, Nick, and your family. What are we supposed to do for real? I could talk to so much BS. I don't want to curse on the show, but what are we really supposed to do? If we're not drafting Fernando Mendoza, if we're not getting a number one pick, we're stuck at the 2 or 3. God forbid the Giants do win. We're stuck at the 3. So, what are we supposed to do with that 3 pick is my question. And I really don't like the fact that people are talking about the Jets have sucked for so many years, okay? They didn't just tank it after the 7th game. They wanted to come in with Aaron Glenn, okay, to win games. When they started out 0-7, that's when they started tanking, brother. That's when they started tanking at 0-7.
All the love that Chris Banjo gets. Chris Banjo has single-handedly cost us the number 1 pick by being so goddamn good at his job.
Beating the Falcons. Yeah.
No, the Cleveland game when we had 2 special teams returns.
Yeah, the Cleveland. Yeah. Oh my! I can't even remember that far back. Oh my God, Nick! What are we doing here, bro? Come on! We are us as Knicks fans, Jet fans. Huh? We've been rooting for this for 15 years just to get a playoff bout. Can you please just get into the playoffs? all
January
I know,
23rd, 2011, Tommy. I was
I
down with
know, but
Pittsburgh.
the thing is, Nick, defense doesn't do it in this generation of philosophy of football. It doesn't do it anymore. Defense.
All the rules are
You have to
predicated
have
on
the
the
offense.
offense. Everything is to get the offensive flow going. You do have to play good defense at times, and it's situational defense more than it is dominant defense throughout the entire game, like we used to see back, when we were younger. But
But
it's
you
a little aggravating to not be able to get a stop and not to get off the field and just guys running around open. So listen, we need help. We're not one player away. We are not a quarterback and a dream away. We need massive amounts of help on almost every single position except offensive tackle. And
Nick, why didn't they give the MVP to Brees Hall? Why did they give it to Isaiah Davis?
the
My question.
players vote on it.
Brees Hall.
Players voted on it. How do you question
Okay.
who they value on their team? It wasn't a media thing. It wasn't a front office thing. The players get things and they vote on it. Now the media votes for the Media Good Guy Award, but the team MVP is voted on by the players, which tells
Don't
you what
you
they
think-
think of their roster, that they're voting for a fucking punt returner and a kick returner as their team MVP. It's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's rough. It's
It's
that's as
sad,
low as
bro.
it gets. Who's your best player? Who's the most valuable guy to your team? Oh, the guy that returned a kick and cost us the #1 overall pick. Fantastic.
Nick,
Tommy, thank you for calling in. I got a couple more people on hold. If the show goes on late, I
Nick,
took a
God
nap.
bless.
So I might be up late. If you want to call back in later, feel free.
All right, no
And
doubt.
Clancy had a question. Did you dye your hair green or you got like a do-rag on? What are we doing there? Is that a towel, a do-rag? What's the green? Oh, all right. Oh, wow, there's no hair. All right, Clancy, you got your Tupac. Okay. Oh, you moved the camera and everything went to shit.
Yeah.
All right. He moved the camera and everything went to shit. Now, I'm going to go back to Rich, see if Rich is there.
Hey, Nick. How's it going, man?
Fantastic. Thank you for calling in. What's on your mind, sir?
Absolutely. Well, I just want to I just want to talk to the fan base and the people that are, wanting Glenn gone again. These people, you guys have a very legitimate argument. We should be questioning the head coach, and is he the guy to get us out of this situation? The fans defending him, I'm defending him. I don't know if he's the guy. I'm not convinced he's the guy, but I think it's so important to look. It's so important to look at the full picture. You can't look. This isn't an on-off switch. You see this light switch right here? It's not like you hit the light switch and all of a sudden things are fixed, or they're not fixed. It's a
Hit
it's
the
a,
light switch.
it's a
Let's see what
scale.
happens.
Yeah.
Does anything happen? That'd be great if it's just a dead switch. The light
I wish
stayed
it was
on
that
when you hit
simple.
it would have been perfect.
But yeah, there's a scale to this stuff. So you have to be able to evaluate the full picture. I have an uncle who's very emotional about this team and he gets irrational. And like I get it. I get why people get angry and get pissed off and say they suck, fire everyone. But you have to evaluate the whole picture. Now, when I look at the whole picture, the first thing I want to know is can the regime that we have right now, can they scout and get players that can become good players? They've had one draft. The top 3 picks. Do any Jets fans dislike any of the top 3 picks that we drafted, from Membu to Taylor to AZ? Do any of these guys, anyone think
I'll
that
even
these
go
guys
fourth.
can't start?
Arian Smith was fourth, and then Malachi Moore.
Yeah.
I mean, the AZ Thomas pick, man, I hate that he got hurt. That to me, aside from Justin Fields' play, that was the most disappointing thing of the season, because when you traded Sauce, the biggest question mark for me was going forward, was AZ Thomas going to be your starting corner outside across from Stevens? Brownlee's got the slot, and I wish we would have seen more from Thomas because we needed less questions going into the offseason. But
Sure.
I think the top 3, that interception by the Seahawks at the 4-yard line, they just got a pick. Yes, I'm streaming, Clancy. Yes, I'm probably behind. I'm sorry, everyone. You probably saw this 35 seconds ago. So still 13-3. I got 10:21 left. Nice pick there by Seattle. My Super Bowl pick, by the way, for the last several weeks has been
Oh my
Houston.
God, that's the other thing. Sam Darnold succeeding over there. I just have so much
Godly.
PTSD from that. He had no talent here. You can't evaluate a guy when he has no talent around him. So, I mean, that doesn't make him the right answer. But if you have no talent, you're not going to succeed.
Yeah.
Who's
No,
going to come in and save
I always
us?
said about Sam, he was the right player at the wrong time. You
Yeah.
go. I play this game all the time. Go look at when you're done with this call. Go look up the New York Jets 2020 offense. Nobody
So-
on that roster was worthy of starting on an NFL team, and we had 20 of them. We had.
I don't
20
think anyone
guys.
was worthy of backing up anyone on the NFL team.
Rashard Perryman, Denzel Mims, Kenny Yeboah. It was dog shit everywhere.
Yeah. So the fans criticizing him, I get it. And I think there's a legitimate argument to be had for him not being the guy. But again, if you look at the and there's a big argument right now. I know Jake Asman says it a lot. He says, what does he do well? Well, what I think he and Muji do well together or have done well for one season is they've scouted well. And I don't know if it's more the scouting, I don't know if it's more Muji or Glenn, or if it's the development, but they've done a good job scouting guys and developing the guys that they added from their draft picks, the three guys I named, to Moore, to 80 Mitchell. Mechie looked good for 2 games. I mean, he fell off a cliff after that, but he was the only receiver that was doing anything, the only guy that looked NFL caliber for a couple weeks when we lost Garrett. So I give him some credit for that. Briggs, and then there's an argument that these guys are fringe players. Briggs was a 7th-round pick. So the fact that he's anything now, that's significant. And he's doing a really good job. Brownlee looks like a player. He can compete. He's competitive. I like him. I mean, I love 80 Mitchell. I think he has a lot of talent. I don't know if and I don't like the number 1, number 2, number 3 receiver thing. I think he can be an X receiver. And I think that, I still want to add another guy, or he could be a number 3, whatever. But they have, and then Brandon Stevens, I mean, he's been better than I think any of us thought he was going to be. The solid guys have regressed. The linebackers look bad. Our edge rushers, I don't know what happened to them, but I will say I'm a physical therapist student. I'm going to graduate in another 4 months.
Nice. Good for you, man. Good luck
And
to you.
thank you, man. And Jermaine Johnson's Achilles tear, that's a significant injury. So I don't know if it's the coaching or if it's the injury, and it's complicated. But the point is, the guys that they have scouted and evaluated that they went out and got, I think have played very well. And now we have a lot of picks. If we can develop those players, and we have a lot of money to spend, if we can add some guys in free agency, this team can become more competitive. It's not going to matter if we don't get quarterback right. For the fans that don't think this regime can get quarterback right, we haven't done it in decades. So you have every right to be skeptical. You have every right to want another guy. But for the reasons I laid out, I think that he should at least get one more year to build his guys and at least add talent to the roster so the job becomes more attractive to future head coaching candidates, and then go for your offensive guy if it doesn't work out with this regime. So that's my stance. That's what I want to say.
Agree. Well, I have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
Great points, by the way. How old are you?
I'm 32.
My God, half your life since we were last in the playoffs. Jesus Christ, that's so sad. I say all the time, my daughter just turned 15 last month. She was a month old when I was in Pittsburgh for that game. She was a month old. She's never seen a Jet playoff game. She was dressed at a month old in her little Jet cheerleader outfit that her mother dressed her in when I went
Poor
out to
girl.
Pittsburgh. But she's a Kansas City fan now. In 2021, she turned over to Kansas City. So, but
Smart
now
move.
I'm asking her, I'm like, "You coming back?" She goes, "Bro, just get good, then we can talk." I'm like, "All right, very good point. All right,
Smart lady.
Who am I to argue with the teenage girl? I don't want to get my ass kicked." But Rich, thank you for calling in, man. Appreciate your support.
Absolutely.
and
Thanks for
good
having
luck
me,
to you,
brother.
bro.
Go Jets.
Yes, sir.
One day.
Talk soon.
One day.
Next up, one of the best things about this season is becoming friends with this next caller. Lou
My
B,
dude.
what up, brother?
How are you?
You're my favorite part of the season, Lou.
I know we had some good times together.
We did. We did. Many
I-
more to come, my friend.
Look, I am I am ready to fix the Jets, and I have a
Oh
plan.
shit!
And I want to be the GM for just this night. Okay, so here's my plan. So I went to 4 practices, 2 preseasons, and 11 games this season. So
Okay.
my heart is there. I do everything I can to be a good Jet fan, to
Some
fellow
would
Jet
say
fans.
you need help, but
Yes, a lot
yeah,
of my friends do that. I get intervention texts all the time, so that's true.
I'm here
But
to help you. What do you got?
I have a plan. Nick, what do you think? So obviously in this draft, Mendoza and Dante could go first and second. We agree on that? If Dante
I think
comes in.
yeah. I mean, the Giants would move off the pick. Yeah,
So they're going to get something, right?
yeah.
So pick number 3 becomes really the first round pick for
Well,
defense.
if more is there, I think we move up. I do.
Okay, well, we try to move up.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my plan is if we do not get a quarterback in that first 2 picks. So what do you think they would give us for number 3? Someone that's looking for a top defensive player. What do you think we could trade back to get number 3? Where do you think we could get back to?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think you got to look at free agency first before you start looking at
Okay.
trade back scenarios. Quarterbacks people jump for.
Yes.
Arvell Reese could be somebody that somebody jumps for.
Yes.
I don't know if you're jumping for a tight end. There's no offensive tackle, to my knowledge, worthy of the number 3 pick. That's a position that you would jump for. The edge, Bain and Falk, I don't know if people would trade up for them.
A lot of
So
people talking about Bain
don't
right now.
know. I don't know. I think it's too soon to answer that question, Lou, because we
Okay.
don't know how free agency plays out, and we don't know the teams that are in that 4 to 10 range, what their dire need is, and we'll know that more as we get to mid and late March.
Okay, so this is my plan. We do find someone to trade back with, even if it's 1 or 2 picks, whatever. We try to get another pick, another 2, another 3. I don't know what you could get, right?
Okay.
But my plan is to pick Jeremiah Love, and I want to tell you why. Number 1, he is a freak, and I encourage anyone who has not seen his crazy runs to go and watch him. Now, everyone
Oh, he's
says
great.
you don't pick and the Heisman committee agrees with me, obviously, how good he is. But what I'm saying is, everyone keeps saying you do not pick a running back this early, blah, blah, blah. But what my plan is, if you get another pick, you use that pick for the defense. So you take Jeremiah Love. The next pick,
Okay.
you take a Boston. Then if you can't get Boston, you get Casey Concepcio. Next, you now continue to work on that line, right? If we cannot get Tyler, we go for Allen's guy, Logan Jones, right? So you continue to work on that line. You fix with the first 3 picks, you get Jeremiah Love, one of these stud receivers, and you get another center because Myers. Here's where my experience come in. I seen so many messed up snaps by Myers this season. There were so many messed up snaps, so many fumbles caused, so much shit went wrong because of and look, he's a great guy to have on the team, but he screwed up a lot of games for us, a lot of plays, right? Now you take the rest of those picks and you go straight defense. And that's my plan because I think that younger offensive guys work better. Younger players work better on the offense than these younger guys on the defense. Free agency, you work on this defense. The rest of the picks, you work on this defense. And for the next 5 years, you have Jeremiah Love in the backfield, right? Next 4 to 5 years. And that's going to help whatever quarterback we get because he's a threat every single play. We're not getting Mendoza this year. We're not getting Dante. If we don't get them, I wish we did. You know, I'm a Mendoza guy.
Words hurt,
But
bro. Words hurt.
whatever quarterback we get next year, or if we do go get a quarterback in free agency, whether I love Tanner, I agree with Alan on Tanner. I like Malik, but if you get some of these guys, you absolutely can have Jeremiah Love to help our quarterback for the next few years. He's a freak. He has the sickest runs. He's unbelievable. And I'm going to say I do like this kid, Trinidad. I do like him as a later pick, one of the second 2s if he's there, maybe the first 2 that we have. If he beats Miami, we all have to reconsider. I understand he's short. But
The result of the game doesn't matter to me.
Well,
what I need to see is what works in the NFL applied on the college field. Running around in the big circle the other day, the Zach Wilson play that he could get away with in college was a 20-yard loss in the NFL.
Understood.
He did it against Georgia the other day. He did it in a moment where Georgia's defense was tired. They were on the field a lot in that third quarter. That's when they made their big comeback. They drive down the field, they score. Georgia goes 3 and out. They do a stupid fucking fake punt from their own 30. Their defense is exhausted. Ole Miss goes back in, scores 2-3 plays later. Like the whole momentum of that game changed there. And then that's when he was getting his momentum and he's running around. It was very Johnny Manziel-ish, and it did not.
Yeah, but there's
equate to the
there's
NFL.
nobody else, right? If Ty, I don't think
Yeah,
Ty
but you
comes
don't
in
take
after
a
the
guy
OJ.
that's not deserving and doesn't have the NFL traits. If they feel that he's got the traits, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't see it. And I saw one
Look,
game,
you might
but
be right.
it looked, I would save judgment on him and see
Yeah.
can he kill you from the pocket? Because when push comes to shove in the NFL, every great drive, every great moment, you need to have the quarterback who's in the pocket when you know you got to throw, can stand there, make the throws. That's
Look,
more
I don't think
important
many
than
of
if
us
you could
know.
run a 35-yard loop-de-loop.
Yeah, I don't think many of us know much about him. I think obviously he just became on our radar. But if Dante's gone, Ty doesn't come in, Fernando's gone, we, we have to look for someone, right? But I think
You're
it's
going
going
to
to be
know
more
in
in free
free
agency.
agency what the Jets
Yeah,
think.
I
You're
think
going
it's
to
going to be more
know
in free
in
agency,
free agency
right? I think we
when the
missed out
Jets
on the
make a
rookie
move.
quarterback.
Yeah, we're going to get Matt to make a move. Whether we sign Taylor for another year, whether
Mhm.
we go get a Trubisky or a Mariota or insert whatever bridge, veteran, Minshew, whoever you think they could bring in, we're going to know what they think. Is it somebody? Do they bring in two guys? Do they bring in? If they bring in two veterans, it's going to tell you we're going to wait a year. We're going to draft a guy mid to late, a possible developmental guy, and then we're going to bring in two veterans, and that's going to be your quarterback room. If
And
they only bring in one guy, it tells me that we're going to make some moves. But we got to see
understood.
tomorrow how the draft plays out. If the Raiders can win, the Giants get to one, everything falls in our
Oh
court.
yeah,
If we
obviously.
overpay, we overpay. It's you go in for
Yep.
Mendoza.
But there's one little piece to my evil plan here, and it is obviously franchising Brees and trading him to Kansas City, because now you go to KC and you say, hey, we know you wanted Jeremiah Love. Now you come back and you give us a 2 or a 3, and you use that 2 or 3 towards our defense, because I do not believe Brees wants to be here. I know a ton of people that know Brees. I'm in those
You'd have
circles.
to tag him. You can't
Yeah.
trade him unless you tag him first.
Yes. So whatever needs to be done to trade him. And now after you take Jeremiah and you ruin the Kansas City's plan, you tell them, now do you want him? They got a lot of heat from not taking him originally when they were shit in the bed. So I think they would love to take Brees, and I think Brees would love to go to Kansas City. So I think you'd be doing him a favor. He deserves it. He's been sitting here suffering for a while, like all of us. He doesn't want to be a Jet. So just remember, if he does sign a deal, he's going to work. He just doesn't want to be a Jet, unfortunately. And he's been through a lot, whatever it is. But you come back and you give Jeremiah Love to this team. And the quarterback that we do get, when we do get, will be 1,000 times better. That's my draft plan. And then obviously with free agency, go get some of these real men to be in the backfield to really lead this team. There's got to be some big free agents out there that we can sign, because we have a bunch of young guys and we need an old leader in there. That is my GM draft plan of the night. Happy New Year. Love you. Hope to see you soon.
You down in
got it,
AC?
man. Yeah, I am. And then I leave probably 3 o'clock in the morning, head home, and have all the guys over my house. We have a tank party tomorrow in Queens, and that's what we do. Mark it all off the board, and I hope we actually stay at 3, because I don't think I'm just too worried about Dante not coming in.
It's my hope for tomorrow is Giants get back to number 1.
Yes, definitely.
That's plan A.
Yeah.
Plan B would be we get to number 2.
Yeah. So my entire plan, I just said I would delete it all for Fernando Mendoza, but that's if the Giants get to pick one. All right. So that's the truth.
We gotta root for the Cowboys.
Crazy, man.
But Luke,
I hate
get
the
home safe, bro.
Cowboys.
Enjoy
Later,
the game
bro.
tomorrow.
You got
Well,
it.
don't enjoy the game. Enjoy the loss.
Crazy. I was going to that game too. Glad I canceled it.
Later, pal.
Later, man.
Good call by Lou. Very passionate fan. Love that. So many Jets fans out there with such great passion. Folks, hit the like button if you haven't already. Last I checked, we were at 69. Right now, we are at, it's refreshing, 70. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've had a few subscribers throughout this stream. Appreciate you. Thank you to everyone hanging out here on a Saturday night. Little unexpected Nick Shine show. Thank you to everybody. Super chats, $5 and up. Get you on the wheel. The wheel will have a Joe Namath, a big Joe Namath item. Looking around, shopping, browsing, seeing what falls into our lap. But it will be a big Joe Namath item. Super Bowl Sunday, that raffle will be going off. Gifted memberships will also get you on the wheel. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m., Dom C will be with me. We'll be looking ahead. We'll know the draft order, at least where we are at the top end. The teams that don't make the playoffs, we'll know the top 18 and where we lie, and we'll go from there. So next up, we got Ricky New York. What's up, brother?
What's happening, man?
How are you?
I have my own evil plan to fix the Jets.
Excellent.
So, we need to bring in a veteran quarterback. Even if we do draft somebody, we still need to bring in a veteran. You know, somebody that hopefully our rookie can sit behind. I'm all on board for the Malik Willis thing, but I want to take it a step further. I want to bring in Romeo Doubs too. Why wait for a quarterback and receiver to develop chemistry if you can get two that have got it already? And what made me think of that was the Rams when they drafted Fisk and Verse in the same draft, and those guys played together, had chemistry together, and were good right away together.
Oh, shit, Rick. Seattle just had a chip shot that hit the upright. They could have went up 13 with 2:20 left.
And that's our former kicker too, right?
They still got to go 90 yards and score twice with no
that was
timeouts.
Myers. Yeah, that was Myers, our former kicker, right?
Yeah, and it was from the 10, 12-yard line the ball was planted.
Oh.
Sorry. I just saw that pop in.
No, you're all good.
Forgive me. So Dobbs, Willis, bring in the people with chemistry.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that means we don't have to take a Boston or something high in the draft because, dude, you could put Mitchell and Dobbs on the outside and let Garrett work the slot, and it would just be nasty. So I like that idea. Dude, the Colts pick, like, if Miami doesn't take him, like, that pick has to be Sonny Styles. Like, absolutely. I do not want to see him in New England or Buffalo. But aside from that, we have to get one of those top linebackers. And if he's there with that Colts pick, I think you almost have to take him. Like, Quincy's gone. And dude, Quincy Williams couldn't cover a BB with a blanket. Like, he fucking sucked so bad in coverage. Like that Jacksonville game, every time they targeted him, it was a big play. It was an embarrassment.
Shout out to the old game show. You are the weakest link.
And
all
what's
they did was go right at him.
And what's even worse, and this is funny, the Jets put out these stupid videos, like asking the players ridiculous questions. Well, they had one just this past week. How well does Sherwood and Quincy know each other? And they asked Quincy what was his favorite hit. And he said, oh, the Kyler Murray one. And they show the highlight. He comes in the blitz. He levels him. His helmet comes flying off. And you hear the commentator saying, the ball is out. The ball is out. And Quincy's over there doing his uppercut.
His own celebration to even know that
yeah,
the
he's
ball
got
was out.
no idea. And you know what? In, I believe it was 2023, he did that same exact shit against the Bengals. Remember, he knocked the ball out, and he's over there doing the uppercut, and Phillips picked the ball up and ran down the side. Everyone else was like 30 yards down the field by the time he got done with his uppercut and realized that we recovered. Like, that's been a pattern with him. And like, dude, I'm ready for him to go. You're right about me agreeing with Alan on Thieneman. And dude, I would love for one of those second round picks to be either Thieneman or AJ Halsey. I would love to have a badass safety that can hit and cover. And both Thieneman and Halsey, like they both transferred from other places, first year at their new school, and they're back there getting guys lined up. and being leaders. And
Yeah.
we could really use that with our young
We
secondary.
can.
So
I'm not denying that we need one. I just would rather have. I would rather fortify, solidify, and finish the front seven, and get us or front six in this day and age in the NFL before I get the guy on the back end. You know that's me. Now, if a guy falls to them that they think fits their scheme and they can move him around and then they can utilize him perfectly, I'm not going to be against the pick. But I would rather see the line get built first, the middle linebacker get upgraded, and then move on and get a safety afterwards.
right,
You know,
yeah,
I want my first and second line of defense to be great before I get to the third line. Because if the first and second are weak, the third is always going to be making the plays.
right. Like, yeah, I'm just saying, just me and looking at where I have different guys ranked, where I value different guys. And again, that's just me. But like I said, if we could bring in like Willis and Dobbs, and then my perfect draft would be, hopefully we can get our guy without having to trade to move up. Hopefully we can get a guy staying right where we are, 15 or whatever the Colts pick is, Styles. And then at 35, I would take Romello Height and give us some more pass rush help. And then I would take the safety at 46.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then once we
right,
got to that next pick after that, I would definitely work on the trenches. In a perfect world, Jake Slaughter's still there, but he probably won't be quite that deep. But dude, like Keelan Rutledge, guard from fucking Georgia Tech.
Georgia.
Oh, Mauler.
Georgia Tech or Georgia? Is it Rutledge, Georgia?
No, Georgia Tech.
Then there was a Rutledge on Georgia last year.
Yes, there was.
Tate
That was
Tate Rutledge.
oh God, what was his first name?
Tate?
I think so. Yeah, there was a Rutledge from Georgia last year. You're right.
I tell you right now. I said this, and Purdy is down.
Uh-oh.
Purdy just got annihilated.
And by the way, I noticed somebody had typed in the chat earlier that AZ Thomas is injury prone. He did have a small injury at the beginning of the year, but then like once he came in and was starting, dude, he had a lot of deflections, a lot of PBUs. He was looking really good, and it sucks he got hurt when he did.
He was very active. I was there for his first start in Cincinnati when Sauce had the concussion, and he almost had the interception. He gave up the pass play to Higgins, but he bounced back with a couple PBUs during the game. Purdy just got drilled in the back, and helmet to helmet, his thumb is split open with blood coming off. Looks like the thumbnail might come off the hand at some point. I tell you what, man. This Seahawks defense.
He was never hurt in college. Like AZ was never hurt in college. He had no injuries, missed no games.
This Seattle defense going on the road in a must-win game into San Francisco, where they've been very efficient, and Purdy has been damn near one of the best in football. He had 20 touchdowns in 8 games before this. And now Seattle's taking a knee. Seattle will be the number 1 seed. They are my pick to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I had my buddy Peter Pins place the bet a couple weeks ago, $20. Seattle wins the NFC. The Houston Texans win the AFC. Defense can still win, Rick. Defense can still win, and I am going to bet.
I do believe that. Me personally, I think it's going to be Rams and Houston, and with the Rams going all the way.
All right. But shout out to Sam Darnold, man.
Did you see last week that Jared Verse block kick that he picked up and ran like 78 yards for a touchdown?
I did. Oh, what's the matter, Salah? Sorry, I'm shit talking our former coach. Former Jets everywhere here. You got Salah, Huff, you got Darnold, Leonard Williams. Oh, what could have been?
Is Huff playing? Or is he hurt still?
No, but he's there with them.
Well, yeah, I know he's there.
I don't know if he played or not, but ladies and gentlemen, Sam Darnold with 27 wins the last 2 seasons, 13 in Minnesota, 14 in Seattle.
Crazy.
Oh, we have 3 this year. We had 5 last year. That's 8. Then we had 7 and 7. That's 22. You'd have to go back, and then we had 4. So that's 20. You'd have to go 6 years for us to win the amount of games that Sam Darnold's won in the last 2
That
seasons.
sounds about right. Unfortunately, God, that sucks so bad. And
God, Lord.
dude, like, if you would have told me that, like, with Aaron Rodgers, we would win less games than we did, when we had Zach. And then we get Aaron Glenn for a coach and bring in a different quarterback and win even less games than that. It's just, man, it's mind blowing. And we all thought we were only a quarterback away when we got Rodgers and found out that wasn't true. And I think that certain players we've overvalued, Quincy in particular.
Yeah.
And like, dude, the difference with Quincy is, like, now he's like a missile with no guidance system, because the smart part of the game, the brains part of the game, CJ Mosley, isn't out there telling him what to do. And Mosley not being there has made a huge difference. Like, I know that he was getting older and slowing down a little bit, but his smarts and him being able to diagnose what the offense is trying to do, man, that's like such a big part of what we're missing. We need a guy like that, though. We need to, whether it's Styles, whether it's CJ Allen, we need like that general on defense that can call the defense and get everybody lined up and be that kind of quarterback on defense. We really need one of those guys.
You're 100% right. Rick,
But all right, man, I'm gonna let you go in case you get anybody else. But thanks for having me on. Great as always. Appreciate it. And
I shouted out earlier, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, you see the picture right there. You see his name on the bottom, Ricky New York Live. Go subscribe to his channel, show him some love, and support Ricky. Rick, thanks for calling in, man, and we'll talk soon.
right on, man. Have a great night.
You too, buddy. Call lines are open. Shout out to everyone who called in. Appreciate you guys. Now, I got time to hang. Seattle game's over. If anyone wants to call in, feel free. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'm going to play a video. When I come back, if someone's here, the show will go on. If not, we will wrap this bad boy up. Let me sound like 60 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, salute to the one, the only, the Lane Train.
This is his Bobby in his orange chair. See, this is him. I like that come on. Let's give my wife. No, I mean, I'm Neil. I saw that game and I was in my nuts. How could they not win? I'm upset right now, going bonkers with a cigar in my mouth. I was watching it and the record's like 10-3 now. You know? Let me just go step out the window right now. I'm Charles. With the hat on.
Oh, wow. That's fast. Yeah, you could do. All right, hold on. Let's do Alan. Do you want to do a impersonation of me?
Good evening. Before I start this show, these are the advertisements. Custom best bourbon that you could get for just 99 cents for the you get 50% off anytime you go to like Buffalo Wild like wings for any Jets game or Giants game. We're gonna go take some callers now. Bobby, are you there? I don't think he's there. I think he's in a dark spot.
Would you be able to do an impersonation of Jake?
You know how it counts down to the beginning of the show and go, good evening. I'll have shows on for 2 days. I had one this morning with Jeff Parsons. And the merch store, anything that you could get from the merch store is you get for any, like, if you become a member. The first call we go to is Bobby, midnight. Hi, Jake. Hi, Bobby. Oh, you look happy. Can we see your cat? Okay, I'll show you my cat. Oh, the kitty cat. I can do this all day.
Can you do an impersonation of Robert C?
Don't worry, but his hair's never clean. He looks like a guy from Monster Inc.
Are you going to race Charles at MetLife Stadium in the parking lot of 40-yard dash?
Do you know the national anthem?
Oh, say and make through by the light and so bright as the twilight's last seeming.
Tremendous work.
Lane Train, one of one, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Lane. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. We're getting near the end of the show, folks. Super chats, $5 and up, get you on the wheel for the Joe Namath Prize. Gifted memberships also do the trick. Bino with the super chat says, Nicholas, Bino, pleasure having you here, man. Thank you for popping in. We'll be on tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. The tankathon will be over. The draft positioning will be finalized. All of the debates will begin. We will know where we lie. We will know what lies ahead of us. We don't know who the player will be, but we know it will be debated heavily, folks. Allen's one of one. When he's got a guy, he's got a guy. There's no coming off of his guy. Tanner McKee, folks. Allen likes Tanner McKee. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a fan. A little bit of a fan. Look in the chat. If you got questions, fire away. If not, we will kick it over to the notorious BEAST.
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shine.
What did we learn, folks? I learned I will stay on if someone calls in. You guys got questions? Fire away. But if anything, also, I have to say this, okay? Have to say this. I'm East Coast. I'm New Jersey. Huge, notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls fan. I cannot stand hearing the P. Diddy, yeah, you like that? It ruins the song. The second I hear his voice, I skip the song on Pandora. Yes, I'm old school. I'm Pandora. Screw you. Don't judge me. You'll be old one day too and use older shit. I spent 16 years perfecting that goddamn algorithm. You think I'm getting off of that now? No. I like what I like. Macho talk sports. Any interest in trading down? Too soon to tell. I think we'll know more in 2 weeks when we know if Moore declares. I do not like Simpson at all. I mean, for 23 years old, he needs so much work. I don't want to wait till the guy's 26 to put him in a lineup to play. I'm not a Simpson guy. Has nothing to do with him going to Alabama. If you could help the Jets win, I don't care what school you go to. If it's just Mendoza and the Raiders stick and pick, then yes. Sure. We have a really big gap between draft picks between the Cowboys pick in round 2 and our 4th rounder. I think right now it's projected to be 60 from 45 to 105. I would love to get a pick and close that gap. I don't want to go 60 picks when a lot of people believe the strength of this draft is late round 1 to mid round 3. So if I could get another pick where the strength of the draft is, potentially get an interior offensive lineman, defensive tackle, maybe a playmaker, a safety, sure. I'm okay. We're making this team great. If Plan A doesn't work, you got to be able to switch it up. You got to be able to move, and you got to be able to overcome the adversity that is the NFL draft, where there's so many moving pieces and unexpected things. They run all these different scenarios, but there's literally trillions and trillions of different options on how the draft can play out. Jets Worldwide. Bring in all the master debaters tomorrow. Oh, party at Tom Ace's house. Hey now. Jets Worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny and Snowball. When the show's done, type those words, Jets Worldwide, right over here in your YouTube search and hit subscribe. Help support those guys, just like Ricky New York. Help them get to 500. They deserve it. They deserve your support, and you deserve to hear their soothing sounds day in and day out. Jets Worldwide, Snowball, you are in the raffle for 2 more, my friend. Johnny Boy, I don't watch Stranger Things. I don't like Netflix. I don't like their agenda. So I am not a Netflix subscriber. Yeah, this is crazy talk. For a guy who says I'm not giving away draft picks for in 27, he wants to throw a 2 away for a guy who's never really started in the NFL. That's crazy. I get it. Allen digs his feet in the sand. He stays there. But there's no way I'm doing that. Trying to catch up with some of this. Yeah, he took a beating. That one play where he elevated and got bent and bounced off his shoulder blades, he did take a beating, man. He's a tough kid. Very tough. Hawks, do I expect coaching changes? That's probably going to come on the defensive side of the ball. We already fired Wilkes. I think Angstrand and Turner deserve to get a quarterback. I don't know. My belief is that I find it very difficult for Aaron Glenn to go in to Woody Johnson's office and say, "Hey, you hired me a year ago. You let me make all these major decisions. I was wrong at quarterback. I was wrong as defensive coordinator. Now I want to get rid of offensive coordinator too. You're going to have to pay all these coaches not to be here anymore, but keep me. I'm good. They were all the problem." I don't see that. I don't see that. I think if that Woody Johnson hears that, even Woody Johnson, who's not the brightest guy and one of the worst owners in sports, is going to say, why did we hire him if everyone he hired is the problem? It seems that he's the problem. I can't have this. I'm not going to pay all of these coaches not to coach here, pay this quarterback not to be here, and then go pay other coaches to now come in. I think Banjo is safe. Banjo, I would give a lifetime contract to. Uh, Angstrand and Turner, I believe, are safe. Offensive line coach, safe. I would look to upgrade quarterback coach. And I'm very big on, if you go and if say this works out tomorrow and we're in a position to draft one of the top 2 quarterbacks, get me a proven old head who's been in the room for the development of a young quarterback. You know, they brought in John Knapp years ago to help out with Zach Wilson, and unfortunately that tragedy took place. But he was the guy. He was the passing coordinator. He was the guy who was with Zach every single snap in OTAs, every single play. He went back to him, and he was going to be the main guy helping to develop Zach. And unfortunately, a week and a half before training camp opens, the tragic passing. But go get a guy like that. It's not going to be a big name. It's not going to be a household name. You're going to have to look up his resume maybe. But he's been in the room. He's been in the huddle. He's been on the sideline. He's been in the headset. He's been there and watched the development and been instrumental in helping a young quarterback overcome and be successful in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, how? How do you do that, right? It's your first year. Hey, you just burned 30 million on the quarterback, and we're going to cut him and burn another bunch of money. Now we're going to get rid of the defensive coordinator. I need you to then pay another guy to come in and do the job that we're paying a guy not to do. Oh, and now we're going to replace everyone on the offensive side of the ball because that didn't work out either. That means you didn't work out. The other guys could be fine. That means you didn't work out. Yeti, I got a lot of questions, just can't narrow it down. Well, we are 2 months away from March Madness. Disappointing loss today by North Carolina. SMU, you give up 97 points to SMU. Granted, they got a good record, but the fuck are you doing, Carolina? What the hell? Shout out to Bino with a super chat. What he will do is bring in a senior offensive assistant because he knows he can't fire both coordinators and stay employed. De facto OC without title. Yeah. You know what, Mace? Thank you. I used to work security with a guy named John Knapp years ago, and for some reason that always sticks in my head. When in 99 and 2000, I worked with a guy whose name was John Knapp, and I always say that when it comes to Greg Knapp. John Knapp. I had to fire him because he was more focused on harassing the cleaning ladies at night than doing his job. But Bino, thank you for the super chat. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a treat for you. He changed hats. He does not have Cox on his mind anymore. Hey, Alan.
To call in because I get the abuse for Tanner McKee.
For me?
At 9:59 in your
abuse
chat.
you.
I didn't say you abused me. That's fine.
Oh.
At 9:59 in your chat, JD Surf City had the best comment of the world.
9:59. Oh man, I got
Yes.
way back, dude. Hold on. I'm at 10:30.
9:59 p.m. I don't know. Maybe it's
I know it wasn't
10:59
AM,
there.
Alan. Hold on. I'm at 10:19. A lot of comments, man.
It starts with AA.
So did me getting better.
Sorry. AA keeping our
Hold on.
two first
That was a alcohol recovery joke.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I expect a golf clap for that or a corny dad joke. I'm looking. 9:59 from Surf City.
Yeah, JD Surf City had the best comment.
Okay, at 9:59.
I don't know if it's 9:59 my time or your time. It might be 10:50.
You son of a bitch, Alan.
So maybe
that would mean it's 10:59 my time.
Yes. Sorry.
God damn it. I just scrolled back for now. Now I have to berate you as I'm scrolling back the other way very
That's
quickly.
fine.
Oh my God, Alan. Jesus
10:59.
Christ, Alan. I'm at 10:44. I got a few more curses to do. Son of a bitch, Alan. 10:59. JD Surf City. Keeping our two first rounders, a 2, and getting McKee without touching 27, risk free.
That is the best comment of the night because you're getting a guy who's making $1.2 million next year.
But you got to trade for him. I mean, it's very simple to say
Dallas's
no
second.
and hang up.
Hold on. You're trading Dallas's second for a guy at $1.2 million. That could be gold rather than trading up and giving up multiple first for a guy you don't know. I would rather trade a second for a guy who's actually been in the league. I know he doesn't have a lot of starts. I love that he's a pocket passer. I love that he's 6'6".
I know that you do.
Yes.
But there are concerns with Hurts as a passer in Philly. And why would they then go move the guy behind him?
Because they have no choice.
They do have a choice. They could say, no, we're going to keep him.
First of all, Howie Roseman will never let him walk.
Hurts or McKee?
No, McKee. Without
trading.
Well,
then why are we talking about it if you don't think they'll ever let him go?
Without trading him. This is his final year of his contract upcoming. You think they're going to let him walk for nothing? No chance.
All right.
And he's making $1.2 million.
Okay. Plenty of money to give to Tyler Linderbaum to play center in front of him.
Okay. You know what? I will give 50 memberships if Tyler Linderbaum is a Jet.
I'll give 50 also. If Tyler Linderbaum is a Jet?
Tyler Linderbaum is not coming to the Jets. Again,
I know he's not. I don't think Baltimore lets him hit free agency. But if he becomes a free agent, you have got to go and give the contract. You've got to give the biggest contract the center's ever seen.
He's going to get if the Jets want him, they'd have to give him $25 million a year.
Super chat from Mobcraft. Can someone please tell these knuckle dragging jagaloons? Can someone please let these knuckle dragging jagaloons know that there's a world beyond screaming about needing to draft a QB this year?
Knob is right.
For the super chat.
He's right.
There is. And if you have the blessing of the organization that says, if I've said this throughout the year, and I haven't said this taken a while, Alan, so bear with me. You probably heard it because you're a very loyal viewer. Aaron Glenn and Muji could have went to the front office and said, "This is what we're going to do. We're going to tank. We're going to trade these assets away. We're going to build it. If we can get a quarterback this year, great. But there's a possibility we might have to wait to 27. But we're going to build it so that when the quarterback comes in, we can succeed."
I agree.
And if Woody Johnson said, "You know what? We tried to do the quick fix and it's never worked. We tried to go all in with Aaron Rodgers and we looked foolish." Maybe they have the blessing from the organization to build it the right way, which would take time. And I've said this dozens of times. It is not Muji and Glenn's job to absolve the Jets of their past sins. It is their job from last January to build it in the best possible way to have sustainable success. Who gives a shit if we have 2015 revisited where we win 10 games, we had a chance on the last day of the season, we blew it, and then we don't win double-digit games or have a winning record for the next 11 seasons. That's not the goal.
So let me ask you one more question, just piggybacking on that. Your dream comes true. The Giants lose and the Raiders win. The Giants have the number 1 pick and the Jets have the number 3 pick. What is the most you give up for Mendoza?
My right toe.
Besides your right toe.
Okay. From 3 to 1.
Yes.
Going off the top of my head, I'm sure the Giants would want a 2027 one. I'm sure they would want one next year. I don't know. I think it would be too much to give up 3, the Colt pick this year and another pick next year. However, I will say this. If Moore goes back to school,
they will get that.
You might have to pay it because if there's only one choice, the Giants control everything. So
they will get that. They will.
And
I hope it doesn't come from us, but they will get that.
Yeah.
I would not give up 3 ones. I wouldn't. That's just me.
I mean, when you look at it, though, you're swapping one of them, so you're only giving up 2 on top of it. You're giving away 2 of your draft picks. But if I could tell you right now, would you trade Sauce Gardner for the chance of a franchise quarterback? You would do it. I would give them the 2 Colt picks and say, okay, we traded Sauce for Mendoza. Who wouldn't do that? You trade a cornerback who doesn't get a goddamn interception at $30 million a year at the chance of a franchise quarterback. To me, that's a no-brainer. You're not trading away Defensive Player of the Year cornerback. You're trading away Sauce Gardner, who was nice in his own, but I'd rather have a quarterback. So anyone would trade a cornerback for a franchise quarterback.
And one final comment, thinking back right now, thinking back to the deadline.
Have you ever been to one of these places?
I've been to a whorehouse, yes.
Oh, wow.
I lived in Vegas. I had a friend of mine who worked in Pahrump at the Chicken Ranch.
Did not have that on my bingo card tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
We became really good friends.
Alan visiting that on my bingo card.
I met her at the supermarket one night, and I'm like, "You don't belong here," and we became really good friends. Everybody thought we were dating. It was hilarious. Yes, I know. It's scary. This was 2000. 2000. This is 25 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Going back to the Jets for a second, because I know.
Please.
If you would think about if going back to the trade deadline, would you have taken a 4 for Brees?
I don't know yet because I don't know how the Brees situation plays out. I think we can get more. I think we can more. I think you can tag them, and I think you can maybe get the 3. And when you have the full offseason to do it, and it's not somebody being out of desperation, and they have the ability to negotiate the contract before, and they can come up with the offer sheet. Yeah, I would. And you don't transition, or you think he gets transition, or you think he gets
I think
franchise?
I don't think he'll get franchise. No.
Yeah, transition,
do
if I'm
not think he
correct,
will.
I'm doing this off the top of my head. The transition tag is that people can make an offer, and then the Jets have the right of first refusal. If they match
That's
the
correct.
contract, Brees has to stay.
That's true.
If not, it depends where they tier him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I do not think he will play another snap as a Jet. I think his career is over as a Jet.
If I were betting, I would give I would say it's 60-40. 60 he's gone, 40 he's back.
And would you have taken a 6 for Quincy Williams if you knew now?
Yeah, but we don't did we get offered that?
Yeah.
I mean, that Jaguar game tanked that.
They
You
were
wouldn't even
offered a
get
6
you
at the
wouldn't even get a
deadline.
stack of Bibles for him right now.
Yeah, you would have gotten a 6, but they transitioned and gave Logan Wilson a 7. They offered the Jets a 6 for him. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
The
They
idea,
didn't
if you
want
were
to
going
give
to
it to
trade
everyone.
one brother, you had to trade the other. It made no sense.
Trivia question for you.
For me, okay.
And if you saw me ask this last night on Addie's show, please don't give the
I
answer
did
in
not
the
watch
chat.
Addie's show, sorry.
But people in the chat may have seen this. There is one active NFL head coach who has more career rushing yards than Bo Jackson. Who is it? It's a good one. It's a good question.
NFL? You're talking about NFL.
NFL active NFL head coach who has more rushing yards in his career than Bo Jackson.
I gotta look at I gotta think about the divisions.
There are no former running backs as head coach. Think outside the box.
There was a running back who's a head coach. Jesus.
Don't look at the
I'm not.
chat. The
I'm not.
answer's there. Someone got it. Bino's right. Do 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 do.
I don't know.
Jim Harbaugh,
I
captain
was
comeback.
thinking that. I was thinking that. Yeah.
Captain comeback outrushed Bo Jackson.
This close to going to the Super Bowl. This close as a quarterback going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That ball should have been caught in the end zone. Always a pleasure, man. Go Bills.
Thank you. Look forward to your next call. What hat do we have on? Is that Iowa?
It is. Again, Logan Jones, baby. Logan Jones. That should be our starting center next year.
I'm fine. You know how I feel about Iowa interior offensive linemen. That's definitely a school you go to.
Yes.
You know, Penn State was linebacker you. Iowa is interior offensive lineman you. You know, Ohio State and LSU are wide receiver you.
And now
the Jets can
Kentucky has become the Kentucky just got the best quarterback in the portal. Is that crazy?
Which player?
Sam Levitt.
Really?
Yeah.
Kentucky?
Because of the coach. He's the Will Stein's their head coach from Oregon.
Yeah, but I'm just surprised.
Oh, I think they gave him
got the top quarterback.
$7 million they gave him.
Yeah, there you go. That's so fun.
Yes. Have a good one.
Dawson Knox. If you were looking to gamble, you too, buddy. Thanks for calling in twice. Bills tight end Dawson Knox has up to $300,000 on the line Sunday versus the Jets. Knox needs 6 catches to collect another $100,000 in incentives, 7 receiving yards for $100,000, and 1 touchdown for $100,000. Bills running back Ty Johnson has $375,000 on the line Sunday versus the Jets. Johnson needs 2 touchdowns to collect $250,000 and 57 receiving yards to collect another $125,000. So a lot of people bet these props the last week, knowing that coaches sometimes help out their players. We'll see. Good luck to everybody who is gambling this weekend. But folks, as previously mentioned,
now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shy.
If you posted it earlier, my apologies. I missed it. Conversation took place. Share it again. Let everyone know. What did you learn while watching this program? I learned that a nap is still the greatest thing that can happen to an afternoon. Yes, the greatest, including that. Because after that, you need a nap. Sam Darnold, man, number 1 seed. Seattle's not an easy place to play. It is not an easy place to play in January. That place will be rocking. Are you sure he went the pick before? I thought Jalen Rager went the pick before. I thought there was that infamous moment where the Minnesota coaches laughed when the Eagles took Jalen Rager. Reagan? No, Rager. Raegor. Was that the 2022 draft? Oh, Jermaine Johnson, not Justin Jefferson. My bad. Oh, Brees Hall. What could have been? What could have been? ISU. I learned only QBs with 28 wins in a 2-season span. Tom Brady and Sam Darnold. Crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. And Tom Brady had to go 16-0 to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a treat for you. Jake Asman checking in. Aaron Glenn is an elite leader. The Jets are so disciplined in 2025, they didn't allow a single blocked field goal banner season. Jake, I don't know if you're aware of this, but their defense is filled with a bunch of nice guys who never wanted to be rude or interfere or intercept any passes. They were very nice guys. They were cordial. They left guys wide open. They didn't want to harass them too much. Thank you for checking in, Jake. And thank you for being a member of the channel for 16 months, my friend. Mays learned I am going to have to hear the name Tanner McKee for the next 3 months. Maybe only 2 months. Maybe a month and a half. Usually trades like that happen at the combine. That's where the infamous Stafford and Goff trade came to fruition. It was agreed upon at the combine, but couldn't be processed to the new league year. Folks, if you are a member of the channel, please, at this time, hit your what did we learn today emoji and kick it up to the great Boomtown winner of the Fantasy Football League. Like I said, if you are in the Discord, you have first choice to take over my son's team going into next year. ISU at the buzzer. I learned the Jets actually drafted a franchise type QB in Sam Darnold, but had no fucking clue how to develop him and thus did not reap the benefits. It's true. It's true, ISU. Right player, wrong time. Right player, wrong time. Boomtown, drop it like it's hot. Mr. Boomtown. Deborah with a prediction at the buzzer. Buffalo will block a field goal. Ladies and gentlemen, another at the buzzer. ADF. AFG. Adirondack Fly Guy gifted a membership that went to Dylan Terman. Thank you, Fly Guy. You are awesome, sir. Hope all is well with you and the family. But now, folks, Boomtown, I learned rock bottom may not have been achieved yet. Some are hoping for a Diddy-style Raiders victory on Sunday. Kevin is also a size queen. Upsetting Clancy should be avoided at all costs. It's true. Bonus, Tommy is now hairless and evidently a huge Tupac fan. We are not a light switch away from turning things around. There was a big master debater evening coming soon. Time zones are important. Double bonus. Alan has been to a whorehouse. Clancy, a gay one. Boom. Interesting. Interesting. Alan, I learned that ISU will cry Monday night when his Redbirds get smoked against Montana State in the FCS title game. Go Bobcats. Alan, I have never seen anybody have more affiliations with teams and players than you. You are definitely a unique friend to have. Your affiliations are like the backdrop in The Usual Suspects. There are pictures and ropes and everything strained, tied together. I can only imagine what your board looks like. And on that note, folks, I say to you, great moment. Great movie. Jets Worldwide says, suck it, Clancy. Wordle for life.
Yeah, no, I'm staying right here.
Oh, look at my eye! Oh, look at my eye!
You're a dick. What the fuck? What the? Look at that! He's laughing.
Remember when this was the thing? All right, folks, we're out tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Dom C. We'll take a look ahead. We'll know where we draft. We know what the dealio. Have a great night. Be safe. From me, Nick Shine, to all of you, much success, love, joy, blessings to all of you and your loved ones in the new year. It should be a fun year. Hopefully we get some answers as Jets fans. But outside of the Jet world, much love to all of you. Thank you for taking time out of your precious, valuable lives to spend time here with me. It means the world to me. We'll talk soon. Go Jets. Turn it up. Blitz BK. Take us out. Baby, baby. Screw you, Diddy. You fucking weirdo.
It's got me.
Jets recover the football! Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his promise, Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic. Now, for some of you in the community, this word means something. For Jets fans, this awful season is ending.